Hi, I'm Claire from Plantpassion. It's November and here in Surrey we've managed to get all the dahlias out, which was a big job, and so now it's time to plant the tulips. Tulips are the last bulb of the season to be planted. They don't mind being planted in November or December. In fact, I've even planted them after Christmas and they're fine and they come up at the same time. We don't have wonderful soil here in Surrey. We have quite heavy, chalky soil that's got lots of bits in it. And so this is our method for planting tulips. We usually no dig. So this is one of the very few digging jobs that we do, and it takes quite a while. So I'm just going to show you a bit of it. So the first tulip bulbs that we're putting in are some of the early season ones. These are going to be the first ones that will be coming up in the spring. This variety is Apricot Beauty, and then I've got some lovely creamy double Verona. So what I've done is I've taken out a trench of lovely soil, which is quite heavy, and so I've put that in the wheelbarrow. And now I'm going to plant these in. They're not as deep as you would normally plant tulips in the garden, and that's because these are tulips that are being planted as annuals. All of our tulips will only be used for one season, then we'll pull them up when they're flowering next year, bulb and all, and because we don't plant them very deep, they'll actually be fairly easy to get out. So we just scatter the tulips in, and then it's just a case of getting them the right way up, which with tulips is actually quite easy because you can spot which is the top where the shoots are coming from and which is the base. And we're just going to evenly spread them out just so that they're not touching. They can be quite close together because we're using them as annuals, but just so that they're not touching. So we can get 50 in a trench like this, which means we can get 400 or 500 at least into a 5-metre bed like this. So I'm going to get on with this. So that's as many as I'm planting at this session. The important thing is to make sure that there's a label at the beginning and the end of where we've planted. And then because we're not doing another spit here, we're going to use the soil that was in the barrow from the first one to cover it up, and then we can start again tomorrow. And then because we've disturbed the soil and obviously brought up lots of weed seeds, we will put just a thin topping of our ProGrow sterile compost on the top, and that will help to stop any weeds coming through before the tulips do. And they'll start coming through in February, March time, and we'll have lots and lots of flowers at the beginning of April.